Don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just wanting to see the road. It's on every day. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, we'll celebrate. We're the zero holders, or after we say. Zero holders, or after we say. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible is the living the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Well, look who it is. Look who the fuck it is.
Look who the cat drugged the fuck in.
It's us. It's the boys.
It's us.
Yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow.
Joe.
One of them.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
What?
Nice.
Are you? What's he saying? What did Henry say?
I didn't hear
Shut
him.
up, Joseph.
What did he say? I couldn't hear that. What was that?
Henry's trying to get connected here.
I'm connected. Yeah.
I think he's trying.
I know. You can't hear him either?
No, we'll get him.
We'll get him. I bet you. Look at him. He's a stupid.
Get yourself
No.
sorted.
Look at him, stupid fuck.
Oh,
He's probably saying to himself,
I can hear
God.
you.
He's
I can
talking
hear
about
you.
his grinder date, I'm sure.
Yeah. What a dumb shit.
Amazing. I fumbled on the opening drive here, Joe. I messed up the title. Like a little baby mess up. It's not as good as it should have been. Whatever. It's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I titled this show. By the way, guys, good to see you.
It's good
Welcome
to see
back.
you.
We had a little break.
Sorry, audience. Most of us are happy to see you. I'm sure Henry is too, but we'll never know. I mean, we'll never fucking know.
Ever.
Never.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah.
Just join
Well,
in whenever you're ready, dumb fucker.
He's waving at us like he's like, I got it now.
No, he's like, if you're a gay ass, raise your hand. Thank you for playing along.
I didn't at first, and then I caught on. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. All right. I had a different title. It was just a little different. It was supposed to be like Pudgy Penguins sold out the best NFT collectible ever, or Web3. I didn't want it to sound like best collectible ever. That's a little much.
Hold on, I was still happy about what was happening. I'm sorry. I'm focused now. I'm sorry.
Pretty good.
It was fun. I mean, it was fun. Anytime you do that with Henry, it's fun.
Yeah, guy. If anybody's just tuning in, Henry thinks we can't hear him. We hear him just fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
keep going along.
It's fun.
All right, he's back. He's back.
He's back. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
What? Come on, dude. Get with the fucking program, dude. Shake your head.
Amateur.
No. What?
Hey, count to 5, Henry. If you can't, he can't hear us either.
Two.
He can't even hear us, dude.
I can hear
so
you.
funny.
Is
He
it
can't even
shocking
hear us.
is it
It's
shocking
so bad.
this technology blows ass?
I don't know who you. Yeah.
I hear you.
He's literally right now. He's in an alleyway. A brick. There's like a brick store behind him that he's like he's probably mooching off of their Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Anyway, as Henry gets situated, I'm sure we'll make it by the end of the show. We hope. But guys, a couple days of no show. Sorry, kind of sorry. I don't know.
There's a story there. There is a story there.
Do you want to share, Joe?
Well, I mean, there's not really a good story. The story is the day before yesterday, I couldn't do the show. I forget why, but I couldn't do the show. And then I was like, no. I was like, I couldn't do the show. And then I was like, and Hudah was like, well, why don't we just take it off? And I was like, oh, dude, later. I was like, we shouldn't take the show off because Halloween's tomorrow and we don't want to miss 2 days in a row. And I was like, well, maybe I was just going to jump in, whatever. So Hudah was like, don't fucking worry, Joe. First of all, he was so condescending when I said I can't make Halloween or we're not going to have Halloween. He's like, what? why wouldn't we make Halloween? I'm going to be there for Halloween. Henry's going to be there for Halloween. Just so condescending, such an asshole about it. Such a douchebag. And then of course you canceled Halloween because I guess, and you said, and I forgot this, you said even Henry's going to make it, but even if he doesn't make it, Joe, you relax. I got this. I think you said I got this. So we didn't.
I heard him. No, I didn't.
Oh no.
I didn't.
Should we let him back in? Should we do it? Yeah.
We'll tell him we can hear him all along. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll.
But Hudah then said he's not going to make the show tomorrow. So the story is that Hudah pussied out or whatever, or acted like an ass.
Yeah. Why did we miss 2 days ago? I'm trying to remember that one.
2 days
Henry
ago,
couldn't make it. He had something with his daughter.
Well, 2 days ago I couldn't. I was like, oh, I've got some. I'll hop in for a second or something like that. Or maybe I was going to hop in yesterday for Halloween. Like I was going to be like, oh, hey, what's up? 2 days ago, probably something with like, oh, you know what it was? It was something with like my kid's school or so. I don't fucking, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Anyway, but I did tell Joe, I'm like, yesterday, I was in such a good mood for some reason. I'm like, dude, fuck it. If you can't do it, it's fine. Me and Henry will do it. And if he can't do it, I got it. Don't worry. Like, it's happening. No matter what, it's happening. And then when Henry said he couldn't make it, I'm like, oh, but if I do it solo, which I've done just once before for the afternoon show, I'm like, well, then it's the exact same as my morning show. So I'm using the morning content and the next day.
Henry's
thinking, I'm like, it won't work.
Henry's thinking to himself, you know what the problem is? I'm going to get closer. I'm going to push the computer closer to me.
I'm going to go closer to the internet.
Can you hear me?
He still doesn't have it.
Can you hear me?
Oh my God.
Henry,
you're fucking with me. You're fucking with me. No, you're fucking with me. You're fucking with me.
What you need to do
is you're fucking with me. Stop. Joe. Yes? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you hear me before?
The whole time.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There was never a problem.
Yeah, we heard you the whole time, dude.
I just disconnected everything from this laptop that I set up, and then you're dicks. And Joe, for the party of civility that you represent, the party of unity, the party that is against divisiveness, that was low. That was low.
You remember when Toady Hinchcliffe was like, the Republicans have great senses of humor, and then like everyone just like Trump was like, I don't think he's funny and whatever. But I think you have to admit, me and Hudah did a good job of acting like we couldn't hear you.
Well, the thing you did, because the thing was, I could hear everything, and I'm just like, well, I don't know what other setting is in this machine. Okay, well, I'm going to switch back to the laptop.
You're on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
God.
That's kind of made my day, boys.
So sorry.
Oh, yeah, I guess I deserve it.
Switch back if you want. But,
yes,
I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look like you're in prison.
Joe, that was fucking great, man. Nice job.
Good work.
Really good.
Good teamwork on that one. Good teamwork.
Dude, hell yeah. All right. Silly time's over.
Yeah, let's get down to brass tacks.
That was silly. Yeah, let's look at the market.
Yeah.
I just got like a smorgasbord of stuff today. No order, no rhyme or reason. There's just stuff happening, but whatever. And also, I got to say, like, it feels like people are throttling back, like disengaged a little bit. You know what I mean? It just feels like people are like, it's not as active on X. And it's just like since yesterday or so. You can just feel it when everybody's like out. Maybe it's like the holiday, the Halloween stuff. It's just people are like not at their computers. Meme coins aren't as hot the past few days. And then crypto dipped below yesterday and then today below 70K again. So here we are.
I mean, it was almost like that anticipation. Like everyone was like, we're going to hit all-time highs. The balloon just kept on blowing up further and further. We're waiting for the giant pop with all the confetti and all that sort of celebration. And then instead of it popping, it kind of went.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I need my mic.
It just keeps happening too, man.
I know, dude. I told you it happens. I mean, every time.
But I kind of feel like this is really setting up for the real deal thing. Like, I mean, you know, that's stupid because I think I've said it like 15 times.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Probably in the past week. But I don't know, dude. It feels like it's really, really ready for that run. Yeah. So I don't care that we're at 69.
Well, I mean, come on. Crypto-wise, it's amazing.
You know what? It's a good point. Like, still, like, kind of where we're at. It's pretty nice.
Yep.
ETH 2,500. Solana 160. It's fine. It's totally fucking fine.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting stuff. And you guys, I say all the time, I don't know anything about traditional markets at all.
Okay.
But I see, what's his name? Wizard of Soho? I think that's the dude's name.
I know who you're talking to.
He's cool.
Seems it. Good name.
It's a great name.
Great name.
He streams too, dude. He in the morning, some mornings he streams. He gets
no
thousands
shit.
of views. Yeah, yeah.
He deserves it. I mean, he's got a great name, and I'm sure he
for that
got
alone.
guys content.
Yeah, I think he's just a good trader, and then people, will tune into that. Anyway, he's saying most of you won't care, but crazy shit happening in the rates market. Swap spreads widening, rates aggressively moving up. And I think what he's saying here, I had to go read through replies of people who don't understand, but it doesn't make sense. What's happening in the markets there, stocks like really pumping while rates are moving up, doesn't make sense, and it's not a good sign when, I don't know, see if I can find it. Fed's lost control of the economy and markets. It's just how he's reading it. But basically, movement that doesn't match what's actually happening out there, like actually in the economy, I guess, right here. Like, it doesn't match. Again, I guess that's not a great sign. Everybody's still expecting a recession to come here. It doesn't match even what we're expecting to happen in crypto. We're so sure that we're going to get this the face melting run of 2025. But you hear most people saying they're still expecting that this was a pump and some fuckery ahead of the election, and that there's still a recession coming. And I can't make sense of it at all.
I'm so glad that Henry's audio is back, because if we didn't have it, we wouldn't be able to hear all the bumps, heavy breathing, and bebop that's going on as he moves about while you're speaking the entire time.
I'm trying to plug in stuff and it's not working.
We really
go figure. It's not working. I don't know why.
Why aren't you at the office today?
Because
Halloween?
Oh God. Hang,
Wow.
sorry.
Mike's not working. Let me unplug
He's
the
like,
light.
we are anonymous. We are a unidentified organism. We are anonymous.
He just unplugged my lamp. Yep. And yep. Yeah, there we go. Because our aunt was in town. So I stayed home so I could see her.
Dude, that's right. You told me you might not even make it today. I've totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
made it.
But it all worked out. Went to lunch and, made it, worked the schedule so that way this could happen.
Do you have a clean house, Henry, in general? Like,
yeah.
Is it usually clean? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Why?
My wife's like, why?
Oh, yeah. You were about to say it because your wife's a clean freak?
She's OCD. Yeah, she's like OCD with cleaning, but like I like a clean, neat place as well. So
you help out with cleaning and stuff.
Yes, but like I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I do. No, she's.
Are you like this?
Some people,
sweetheart, it's dirt right here.
Okay, for instance, I go into a lot of other people's houses
like
for like estimates.
You're like this, sweetheart. The toilet's dirty. Trump 2024. Clean that up. Is that what's going on?
No, like last week I came home. And I have 3 teenagers, right? So like I walked upstairs, their hallway was, I say atrocious, towels, clothes, shit everywhere. Their bathroom looked like a bomb exploded. And like, I don't like that shit. And I was just like, I dropped my shit in the hallway. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the hell happened? Cause like, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Some people that's normal. Here it's not. And my wife's like, yep. I'm not cleaning up after them. That's one day of me not cleaning up after them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, not cool. She's awesome. Some people are really good at that. Like if I was to clean the house like she does, first off, it would never look the same. And I couldn't do it in, it would take me 3 times the amount of time.
My mother-in-law is coming to the house today and it's a fucking disaster. I mean, it's just and my wife, I'm not a clean freak by any means. My wife is even more messy than I am, like just crazy. Like we're not like this now because we have kids, but like we used to like go on vacation for Christmas. We'd pull in our suitcase, we'd leave it in the foyer or like in the living room, and it would sit there for, I would say, minimum 6 months. Like 6 months, we would be walking over the suitcase that we brought on a vacation for Christmas or wherever we were, and we like take stuff out of it, but it would just be there. We wouldn't clean it up for months and months. Sometimes it'd be the next Christmas. We're like, oh, I guess we got to pack up for Christmas again. Why don't we just use that fucking the living room suitcase? You know what I mean? Like, it's just
yeah. But you know what? Some people like they don't mind it. It doesn't bother them, and then, like, that's great.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's a little shitty when that stuff bothers you because
Hudah,
can't go to bed.
I bet you Hudah's house is a fucking disaster. Hudah.
No. I feel like yours is like mine. Like very.
Yeah, Julie's a neat freak too. Like she's a lot like Nikki, but there's just times where like it's so busy that there's disaster times. But it's funny too. You know how much like I've changed the past few years. The more motivated I am, like work and just into things, like just in it and busy I stay. The more of a neat freak I get. Where I like doing chores. I love washing dishes. I don't know why, but I love it. Yeah, I like it tidy. I do. And I'm a messy person, but I do like it tidy.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. It's nice. Cleanliness is next to godliness, I think they say.
Right next to it, dude. Fucking side by side.
Like
that's in the Bible.
Definitely.
By the way, do you know what's interesting? So yesterday was Halloween, and so every Halloween we seem to tell the story, which we've told on the show, of how like we didn't ever get to trick or treat or anything like that when we were kids. Yeah, like lights off, etc. So we're at lunch with my dad, his sister, and my kids and my wife, and we were talking about Halloween, and I had asked my aunt, I said, when you guys were kids, did you guys trick or treat? She's like, oh yeah. And I look over at my dad, I'm like, so when you guys were kids, you trick or treat? I said, when we were kids, we had to like shut the lights off and like hide in our house like Anne Frank. And
did people used to knock on the door and you'd be like,
oh yeah. No, like the thing is, I know now, like if the lights, literally, it was exactly that. Like everybody needs to be quiet. And as a little kid, I remember thinking like it's a whole bunch of like really bad people out there.
Yeah, like it was
really
scary.
Bad people. Do you know what's funny? Yesterday, like beautiful weather here, 75 degrees in Buffalo. On Halloween is like unheard of. So
yeah.
Everybody's out. Everybody is nice. Everybody's like going around our yard to walk up the driveway. And no, you can walk across the yard. The thought of like, these were the kind of people that we were avoiding that are like, thank you so much. Happy Halloween. I'm like, these were the people we were avoiding. So I said to him, like, you guys trick-or-treated when you were kids and we hid like Anne Frank in our house. And he's like, well, the people are knocking on your door. It's so annoying. And I'm thinking like, you have to be a different type of asshole to think that the people knocking on your door for a fun holiday for children are like annoying.
By the way, I've been that. I haven't been like that, but like I definitely am a person where it's like, this is my house. I don't want to like fuck with the outside world. But like now that I have kids, like it's awesome. Like it's amazing when people come. It's amazing when you go and you're like talking to everybody and it's just like a neighborly thing. So it's a bummer that you had to like kind of be stuck in your house, but it's probably kind of exciting. It's almost like it was like Nazi Germany, like I'm here for your sons, you know what I mean? Like you're like, oh shit, I'm fucking.
There is the Jew. It's fucking weird, dude.
I think I smell unholy blood.
So weird, bro. Our life is so weird. God. But did you guys have a good Halloween?
I did. Yeah. Hudah?
Yeah, man. Yeah, got candy even. I didn't step foot outside and I got candy, full candy bars. It's awesome.
So a little fucked up. This was the first year that all of my kids dressed up. None of them trick-or-treated.
No shit.
No candy came back. I am so used to this being the candy haul of the year. Like their Halloween candy could last me for like 6 months. Not a drop, not a single Whopper, not a single Almond Joy.
Are you saying this because you wanted them to come back so you could just ransack it all?
I expected. That's what happens every year. Yeah, I get to go through, pick out like the stuff that I like.
Look at this.
Okay. Wow, nice. Good.
Gummies, Harbros.
Okay, Joe, question. Do you have full candy bars? Any?
We got a full Twizzlers.
Okay.
And I always buy, I buy like a bunch of stuff, and my kids got allergies, so I'm always allergy friendly stuff. So Skittles, Starburst, stuff like that, gummy bears. I buy a bunch of that, and then I buy, I would say like 10 to 15 pieces of like special candy,
like peanuts.
No. No. Like Pop Rocks or like those. I got long straws with the sugar in them and like big lollipops with the big things and most stuff like that. So I typically do that type of thing.
Edge says Joe handed out Kamala stickers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know how, just like an observation, everybody's so much more.
I had full candy bars. Just
maybe this point here, like everybody's so much more spendy in general, even though nobody really has money to spend. But like everybody, like, okay, just thinking, like I pay for my kids to have cell phones, which it would be unheard of when we were younger for our parents to spend not on a phone, of course, but anything that costs $30, $40, $50 a month. Like that's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I was thinking about candy bars. Like it's so much more common now that houses are handing out full candy bars. Like that was unheard of back then too. Every fucking so often, and now it's like kind of normal. I literally have like 6 full candy bars in front of me. Like that's different. I was curious if your kid ended up with a bunch of full. But
no, not full ones.
That's weird for fucking Halloween.
I didn't get full ones. I would say that they actually, like, if you go to Party City or wherever, they have like give full candy bar like boxes now. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, do they?
They promote that type of thing. Like, be the cool house that gives full candy bars. Where in the past, I don't think they did that. You just have to go and like.
So it's like the tip stuff. It's just like marketing to get people to like pay.
I think
the neighborhood behind me, which are like really wealthy people, they handed out full candy bars. I asked one of the high school kids, so funny, dude. He was so happy. I was like, hey, bro, how is it back there? Because it's like night and day, bro. We're like the projects compared to them.
Henry's like, hey, fellow kids, how's it going back there?
Hey, fellow cool kids. He's like, dude, it's so good. Look at this. And he opens his bag and it's filled with full-size candy bars. I said, nice. Why are you on my street, bro? You should just be going back and forth on that street. You crazy? Like, efficiency. This should be all about efficiency. But yeah, a lot of full-size candy bars. Not my house.
No. Did you guys, when I was a kid in my high school days, Halloween was about like crazy, like maniac, like shaving cream, eggs, all that sort of stuff. Is that still going on nowadays? Or is that like died down?
I think it's died down.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah,
it's good.
I haven't. Yeah. Same with like, do you remember like hearing in the news back in the day, like people were putting razor blades and shit and candy? And
I think that was bullshit.
I wonder because like
it was bullshit.
Never talked about now. By the way, crypto related, you may have talked. Well, no, we've been off the last 2 days.
Yeah.
IMX.
Right.
IMX was the next chip to. I don't want to say no, they didn't fall, but interesting that they said in their tweet that they were hours after their first conversation with the SEC. Like first conversation they had, and hours later they get a Wells notice.
That's so fucked up.
And they thought that it was very like related to the election. Like, hey, let's see what we can maybe push through before maybe there's an administration change.
Yeah. So in the next couple months, like expecting that stuff to ramp up, huh?
Well, I think that next week tells a lot. You know, I think if Trump gets elected, there's going to be a lot of changes at the SEC. So I think there's going to be a lot of people looking for new jobs. And I don't think it's going to be as easy as like, yeah, let's ram this stuff through right now. Because people will be playing the delay game, waiting for a new administration.
Yeah,
so
this is
it could get interesting.
Yeah, this kind of fits here. The Freedom of Information Act or something like that. This is Coinbase has been going through all kinds of documentation. And they said so far they found over 20 instances where the FDIC told banks not to offer crypto services. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. So we'll get tons more info out of this, but
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
I wonder what the context was of it. Like, don't because we don't want you to, or don't because like shit's going to be coming down.
Yeah, right.
Which, by the way, like Robinhood just like a week ago, maybe 5 days ago, launched prediction markets for the at least for the election. Yep.
And Robinhood Europe is onboarding much faster meme coins, bigger coins too, like WIF and I'm trying to I think Pepe. And it's something Coinbase is probably going to do too, because I think both of them posted lower earnings. And how do you get those earnings up? In fact, Coinbase's was I think their lowest in years or something. It was the lowest in a pretty significant way.
Weird. A couple things. what does it mean? Like where the FDIC was telling banks to not offer crypto services. What are crypto services that you think that they're talking about?
Don't let people like off ramp to you. Don't
Off ramp, like you
no
can't.
custody.
Okay.
You know, anything like that. And it's probably because if you do, we'll get you. Or like Henry was saying, you know, the context is going to help a lot. Don't, because we're enforcement actions are coming against others. We don't want to fuck you.
Are you saying like like if you wanted to take your Bitcoin, transfer it to fiat, and then use a bank to get it into the bank, they're telling you not to be able to export your money to a bank?
It could be something like that, that they're telling them. It's probably more about the self-custody stuff. You know what I mean?
Does any banks do self-custody stuff?
Finally, yes. Finally, just over the summer. I'm trying to remember where the bank is located. There was a couple stories about it over the summer. But honestly, I think there's more to it than even that. So, yeah, I don't know. And I think there's probably different, like a variety of
and the second thing I was going to say was I'm surprised Coinbase didn't have strong earnings because of all, like they're part of the BlackRock. They're like the BlackRock, you know, involved with the BlackRock Bitcoin facilitation. So like, I'm surprised with all of the billions of dollars that they've been using that the fees wouldn't actually be extremely strong right now.
So then what is it? Is it that there's that the other exchanges, the major ones, T1s or whatever, there's more exchanges, so more options for people, and DEXs, you know, the people that are in don't have to rely on them. The DEXs have really matured here over the past, you know, year or two, especially. And it does feel like there's a little less users, at least for now, at least the past, you know, year or so. So probably a lot to do with that, I'm guessing. But yeah, they'll make up for it like Robinhood is doing by onboarding more meme coins. Coinbase will, right? Coinbase, people are assuming, is going to list WIF and Pepe and Mudang and all the meme coins. And probably even more like getting to the pump fun ones probably sooner rather than later, listing GOAT. So it's what I'm guessing. They'll make a lot of money that way, a lot of money. So it should be fun. I want to show you guys. I mean, there's a couple great stories here. I'll start with, well, let me show this real quick. There's a couple X copy auctions going on right now. There's one at Sotheby's. Current bid last I saw this morning, 600,000. It was a piece called Doomed. I forget the name. Doomed something. But really, really awesome piece. And then this one, Data Lords, up for auction yesterday on Super Rare. And we see here 126 ETH bid is the most recent to come in. This had an offer of like, I think 80 ETH earlier in the year, and then that bid was withdrawn, but it's blowing that away right now, which is awesome. So yeah, $310,000 if this stands, and I think it's already at the point where a new bid extends the auction by an hour. We're already in that territory, so
that's FUD, dude. That's FUD. Higher.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a cool piece too.
Well, what about Pudgy Penguins? It's in the title. Shouldn't we nail that right out of the get-go?
Should. We had too much fun fucking with Henry for 15 minutes though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm really excited Anthony got one of these too. I wanted to see people we know getting this. So I was talking about this yesterday, saying if you have the opportunity, if you got the money to cover this kind of thing, get it, because this toy is different. And I like a lot of people in this space know collectibles well. So this one, instantly, I'm like, okay, all the Pudgy toys have done well, but this one's different. It's the best toy they've put out. And as I put in the title, I think it's the best Web3 collectible physical, right, that we have anywhere, across any collection, anytime. It's the best one. It's a foot tall vinyl figure, and that outside slips off, and it's a transparent Pudgy that actually glows in the dark too. It's fucking awesome.
Ooh, that's cool,
dude. It's fucking so cool. $299, I believe, was the sale price.
Ooh, that's cool.
150 of them too, and it's like, it's pretty limited, dude. Pretty fucking limited. Yeah, they're great. So I think I was predicting somewhere like $750 on eBay, and I've priced out previous sets because I did want to buy a Pudgy, and they were like $400. You know, maybe sometimes 300. Actually, probably barely 300. Right around 400, maybe 500. This one, I'm like, no, 750, and I think a lot higher for this. I think this gets up to 1,000, 2,000 or so. Wouldn't be shocked when things get frothy to see it more. It's a cool fucking figure. I want to find a glow-in-the-dark picture, too, because it just looks so... It's the best. It's literally the best toy we've got.
That's awesome.
It's great, dude. There we go.
We just need Pudgy... Oh, there it is. Yeah, we need Pudgy to become more in line with, like, I don't know, Barbie or something like that. So, like, a collectible that's a toy is even more valuable. You know, Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah, well, they're on their way to something really special. They announced yesterday a new game, a video game. So they announced a partnership with Mythical Games earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And they finally announced it's a Pudgy Penguin mobile game that plays like Fall Guys. So it's like a big, multiplayer game, and it's like a knocking out your opponents kind of thing. Really awesome. I think the type of game makes sense for Pudgy Penguins. They've got a huge user base now because it's not just Pudgy Penguin holders and little Pudgy holders. It's people who buy the toys at Walmart and Target and Walgreens now, right? They've got a lot of Pudgy Penguin holders.
I wonder if they have, like you say that's another audience. I wonder if they are able to communicate with them, if that audience follows their socials, or if there's like a newsletter or something like that.
That's a really good point. I want to say on Instagram, and I'm going to peek at this real quick. I'm trying to remember if I have an Instagram account, but I think they got big time followers on Instagram and on TikTok. I think they're doing really well with content outside of X, and I think that's probably more normie facing is Instagram. Let me peek here. Let's peek. Yeah, they're fucking crushing. They're going to be so big.
I might while you're looking, I was going to say that Wrecked Drinks, who still they sold out of like, what was it, 225,000 cans in 2 days or something like that.
Wow. So fucking it's really impressive. By the way, Pudgy Penguins have 1.6 million followers on Instagram.
Nice.
They are definitely reaching people, man. Really fucking impressive. Like, man, oh man.
I was gonna say, I wonder if Gary's following them. None of us bought those Wrecked Drinks, I'm assuming.
So no, and I forgot, and then when I remembered, I think they were sold out. They sold out in the States pretty quick. They didn't sell out in the UK till the next day. Maybe actually it might have taken 2 days. They were thinking about allocating some of the UK ones to the US, and I don't think they ended up having.
Do you think it's a bunch of degens that are just buying like in bulk, basically?
Just like the Igloo little Pudgy Penguin toys? Yeah. Like just stocking up. Also, it's not an energy drink. Initially I thought it was. It's like a sparkling, lemony drink. So.
Still haven't gotten one. Fuck me, man.
Okay, now I think I can ramp up the asking again. Be like, tried. It sold out so fast, dude, and we just want to support and.
Yeah. You send him another one. Bother that fuck.
Yep.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Tried so hard and couldn't get it, but yeah, good on them. Like that's a big win. They're not on the Pudgy Penguins trajectory because it's a whole different thing. Like, they're not going mass market. Well, maybe, but they got a really interesting thing, and I want to see if they can scale that. It doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world. It doesn't have to be the next Deathwater or whatever it's called. It doesn't have to be that, but if they can just be big enough where there's always demand here, it always sells out, there's always people looking to buy it here, like, that's great. That's a sustainable business model, hopefully. So, I like it. I like seeing this matured space. It's less about the speculation and flipping the NFTs, which we miss. I know we miss it. But if we can get that in meme coins and at the same time enjoy real like products, then great. I think that's what we really did want to see. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just not going to be as profitable as we all hoped it would be for us.
Yeah. Again, unless the meme coins keep us fed, and I still think I think a cycle away the metaverse shit. I do think the crazy shit comes back.
Well, I mean, so. The question is this, is what I would say. The different.
So I'm so sorry, but.
Please.
So sorry.
No.
Our best friend in the world, Edge, got some Wrecked Drinks, and he said he got us.
He's going to get us.
Edge is going to hook us up with some Wrecked Drinks.
So here's the question. Who trusts Edge enough to give him their address?
He's kind of local. He could walk it to us.
Oh, he's Chicago?
That's what's up.
Why don't? Ooh.
Should
Okay.
Edge join us for a special live show?
That's an
a live show, and he taste tests with us.
Would he want? Would he want to? Is the question.
Yeah.
I would say either that or is Henry going to come visit you at any point?
Probably not, but maybe.
All right, cool.
Also,
maybe. Yeah.
You have to drink it out of Edge's belly button.
Can I look at Edge's belly button first?
Yeah, I know he works out, so I bet it's nice. It's probably shallow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. For the show, I might do it, but like, I'm not sure. And I'm not sure Edge would want that anyway. He might be like, oh, I don't want to.
He just said he's in. Attaboy, Edge.
Nice work, Edge. Well, I mean, there's. Let's go to the next part of whatever this conversation is. well, hopefully Edge will send it to you, and then you can send it to us, or you and Edge do live while Henry joins. We send him one, and then we have him, join us for a live review of Rec Drink.
We'll figure that out.
I've got a question. Edge, have you tried it yet?
Yeah, that's a good question. Have they? They couldn't have shipped yet, right?
I don't know.
I saw pictures of somebody who sent it to like OSF, and they put them under his bed or something. He had cases of them, so maybe they did.
Well, if you've tried it, let us know how you think about it. Let us know what your take on it is. I'm curious. That's great. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing that sold out. So it would have been nice to get it. Fuck, man. We got to get our goddamn respect. Someone's got to put some goddamn respect on this show.
Yeah, it's coming, dude. I know it's coming. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I was showing people this morning. Views are like really ramping up. So it's coming. Respect's coming.
Has it died down now that I swear to God, like when Bitcoin's starting to push, it goes well, and then now it dies down.
Yeah, definitely yesterday, today lower. I was watching Becker's newest video, and he even talked about it. He's like, you know when things are cooking because the views go way up. It's like every crypto show is up in like the 50,000 views and shit. I'm like, yeah, we'll capitalize right then. But
yeah, we're in the 50,000 range too. Yeah.
Right there.
We're right there
on the cusp. Anyway, if you can score one of these for 500-ish, I think it might not be a bad flip. Lower than 500, yes. But anything around, I'm looking. I'm definitely.
It's such a pain in the ass to flip. I mean, go ahead, do your thing. It just seems like a pain in the ass.
Dude. NFTs have spoiled me so much. Where even if I can make $300, I don't want to go to the post office. I don't want to pack something up. I don't want to deal with PayPal. I don't want to deal with funds being held. People bitching about it's broken in transit. Like, it sucks.
Weird. So I was talking with my buddy. Oh my God. If I'm going to babble, please stop me. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. The mayor of Chicago just announced $300 million in property tax increases, which he promised while he was running that he would not do.
Is that
so he just announced that? No, it's not Pritzker. Pritzker's like the governor. We're talking about like Brandon Johnson or whatever. It's like the mayor of Chicago.
Motherfucker.
Anyway, I fucking hate him now. But he basically lied, blah, blah, blah. No surprise, politician lied. But $300 million. And I was like, dude, my property taxes are insane. Chicago's got like the highest property taxes in the country anyway, and he's raising it again. I feel like, I don't know, like that scene in Titanic where they're like rowing through the dead bodies at the end, and they're like, "Is anybody alive out there?" You know what I mean? Like that whole scene.
Yeah.
How are people? I feel like I'm in this boat, and I should be like seeing dead bodies all around me because no one can afford anything anymore. But yet everyone has their own car. Everyone seems happy. Everyone seems.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense, Joe. Right?
Is everyone in just total debt? Is everyone?
Yes.
Because I feel like I was like, oh, I've got some crypto backup. Thank God I got that life jacket. Like, what are other people doing?
Dude, I'll tell you this. Like, every so often my kids will be like, well, so-and-so, their parents do this. Their parents pay for this. And I literally think about that. I'm like, how the fuck do they do that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I there's no way everybody's parents do that. Or, like you said, they're going in debt doing it. I think there's a lot of that. Inflation, I saw a tweet this morning, inflation down. It was a Biden tweet. We're down. We're not 2% yet, but like 2.1%. And I don't see it. I don't feel it. None of it makes sense. Nothing makes sense here. It's fucked up. I hear about wages being up. I hear like all this shit. And I'm like, it's not weird, reality. Right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I think what happens is that inflation happens, and yet there's price gouging from people. Like businesses use that as a way to increase prices, and it doesn't go down. And I think that it's starting to get to a point where like I don't think people can fucking afford whatever wages are happening. And I think that that's an issue. You know what I mean? We think that it's inflation and that it's dollar to dollar. Like, of course, here's the math why things are going up, but it's not that. It's businesses deciding to raise the prices or lower the prices. And, they're deciding to take advantage of inflationary times or, times where they think you're able to do that. Right. Yep. So
I'm going to put a token on screen real quick for people.
Is this the squirrel one?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the full story. Some squirrel that cops killed to test for rabies or some shit.
Is it squirrel that the guy has as a pet that they raided his house? Is it that squirrel?
Yep.
It's kind of fucked up, right?
Just cooking right now. This was at $7 million just 2 minutes ago.
Hold on. Henry woke up. Henry, what's happening and how do you feel about it?
So there's a guy who does like TikTok videos and maybe on Instagram, and he has, I think, a squirrel. Don't know his name, but I think his raccoon's name is Fred. And like, if you see this guy, like the squirrel, like, dude jumps on his shoulder, he pets him, he kisses him. Like, it's like a pretty domesticated squirrel. And it looks like he bathes this thing because it's like fucking clean looking.
Oh, no.
And I guess, I guess the NYPD like raided his house and took his squirrel and his raccoon away. I didn't know at the time that they killed it to test it for rabies, but Jesus, what is going on here?
Your house is haunted, man. Yeah.
But kind of fucked up, man.
That's crazy. So this might be them. I mean, there's a certain level.
Can you send me the contract address for this beautiful token?
All right, I'll jump in too.
That's a good story. That's a story.
I don't feel good about this story. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not going to buy any. But I do.
Okay, I'm not going to.
I feel like I'm supporting the guy, even though I'm not.
I was going to say that if you've ever been around a squirrel, like I don't think that like I applaud the guy's courage and dedication to train these adorable things. I just don't know like how anyone would be able to do that, and like the bite marks that the guy currently must have trying to like get it to that point.
Yeah, you should see some of his videos. They're like, I mean, yeah, this thing looks like he's like they're friends.
What is going on with your fucking lights, bro?
Joe, I have no idea, bro. This is the weirdest shit. Just like,
can I ask you guys a question?
It's a touch lamp.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question about lights. I'm sorry, and we'll get back to crypto. I know people hate it when we go off on rants sometimes, but like,
it's not up to the people, Joe.
I know it's not, and I love that you have my back. LED lights, like the new ones, like the light bulbs that you get that are not like old school that just pop. Do you guys find it that they don't blow out? They just start flickering, and then like you never know when they're done or not. Like, that's
when it's done.
They turn to
when
like
they start
lights.
getting.
When they start flickering, that's when it's done.
But it doesn't just pop and it's done. Like if you turn
pop. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, because
when it flickers, that means like I think the diodes are dying, but eventually it will just not work. But usually it fades. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the international sign.
Here's me. It's flickering. I get the ladder out. I start to go towards it. I turn it like the tiniest amount, and it turns back on. And I'm like, I guess I'm not gonna replace that. But you're telling me that it's weak, so it should be replaced. Thank you. I needed to know that.
Yeah. No, you can let it go a little further. You know what I mean?
I don't want to. I want to be done with it.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it. Oh boy. How's Luce doing, Hudah?
Okay, everything is kind of down, like everything. So Luce's down 40 to 50 mil, somewhere in that ballpark. We got into Cell the other day. I don't know if you saw this one, Joe. It was awesome. So freaking fun. Did you hear about Cell?
No.
Dude, oh my God. So great.
Funniest. Yeah.
I wish the video was still out there, but he deleted it. A guy launched a pump fund token from prison. From prison, Joe. He recorded himself. He shows his phone. He shows around his cell and then shows outside. He's legitimately in prison.
Yeah.
Launches a pump fund. It takes the fuck off. I think we got in around 500 to 700K.
That's a good story. I like it.
It was good. And then it got all the way up to, I think, 3 mil, and then rugged it. Of course. He's in jail. Why wouldn't he? Like, what's he worried about?
Yes, like, red flag. Okay.
So fast. So the funny thing about that, Hudah, was I had just gotten home. I was sitting down eating dinner. Nikki asked me how the day went.
What were you eating? Just out of curiosity.
She made stir fry.
Okay.
Yeah. So eating dinner, she asked how the day went. I was like, it was just a weird day. I was like buying random shit coins, naming off what they were, which we never talk about crypto ever. And then I paused because I saw Hudah's message. So I paused and I'm like, hang on. So I buy it. I share it with Adzi. Adzi, like any DGen would, he's in. No sooner does he say he's in, do I refresh? I put one soul in. I think I messaged you, Hudah. I'm like, this one feels different. Because it was. I was like, oh, different. This has a vibe to it. Like a dude in prison is launching it. He's got the video. No sooner do I message you, see that Adzi's in, refresh on Trojan, and it went from I put 1 soul in, and it was, I'm telling you, within 15 seconds, it was already down to 0.05 soul, and I was like, oh, rugged.
It was funny. That was the first day where I was sitting on Meme Scope for hours just watching meme coins. And I'm like, I'm going to do this till like with NFTs, till my eyes go blurry and I can start seeing stuff that stands out. And I was doing that at that point again, a few hours. And then when that one, I peek at it and it looked different instantly, like number of holders, the liquidity, everything. And then when I clicked into it to take that step further and I clicked on the X account and I saw the prison video, I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'm buying it. And again, that was 500, 600,000. Because I'm like, it's totally different. Anybody who sees that is just going to click buy. I know that. And it's exactly what happened. If the dev didn't rug it, that would...
And sell was not spelled SELL. It was CELL.
Yeah. It was beautiful. I learned something, though. It was actually a really cool thing I learned. And it was nothing about meme coins exactly. It was that Thread guy's really in the trenches. I learned that from that token because as I was researching it, I click on the Twitter account, like I said, and there was 2 accounts following it. None of them are big names. They're guys that I follow to see what meme coins they look at.
Yeah.
Nobody else follow. But then I'm refreshing and the number of followers is going up and it's names, that I'm following too or follow whatever, right? People I know. And really quickly, Thread guy's name is on it following. I'm like, he's in the trenches watching this shit. He really is.
He's in the cells doing shitty
following himself.
Yeah.
No, just fucking, hey, dude, I got a good idea.
Hey, bro.
It was just such a perfect ending to a degen type of day.
Yeah.
To buy into a shitcoin launched from a prison cell, and then you get rugged within a minute.
Yep.
So you said to yourself, I feel like this is different in a good way. You're like, this feels different. Like it's gonna go mooning, right? Like that's what
it's got a narrative. It's got a narrative.
And easily and honestly,
you're right. It did have a narrative.
It just, if it's fucking funny, if it makes you laugh, not a fake force, most of the stuff I can look at, I'm like, oh, it's cleverish or what, it wasn't like that. I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, holy shit. That kind of reaction where I just want to click buy because I don't give a fuck. I just want in.
Yeah.
That's what you look for. And those don't come up often, maybe once a week. Maybe, when things are cooking, it's maybe once a day. Maybe it's a couple a day, but
so much of the stuff is so lame. It's not, there's no meme to it. It's just
copycat shit and, it gets, again, if you can sit here for hours and do it for days on end, it does start separating. Things do start standing out. The really good, clever, new, fresh stuff really does stand out.
But I would say that
you can't replace that time in just staring at the shit.
I would say that one of my major, my advice to people earlier, and I don't know if it holds true with meme coins. It might not. But my advice was chill out. There's going to be opportunity. Don't just hit buy. Think, do your due diligence, right? I'm not sure if this works with meme coins, but if you were to say oh boy, I like the narrative of this sell token, there is a story here, and you're right, there was a story, but if you actually started to tell yourself what the story was, you knew exactly what the end would be,
yes.
Right? So that end of that story would be he's a criminal, he's in a cell, and he's going to rug the fucking thing. So I mean, yeah, it's interesting.
In hindsight, it was whatever. Yeah, dude, for sure. It's the safest place right now are going into something like Moodang. It's something like that probably got a 5x in it easy when it gets more exchange listings. It got the Binance Perps listing. It did not get Spot yet, and it will get Spot. Pretty sure about that. But now the fact that it seems like Robinhood, Coinbase are going to ramp up the meme coin listings. It seems like it's just a matter of time till Moodang gets listed there. And so again, it might just be better to play in these things. They're a little safer.
Do you think Goat gets a listing?
Yes. Yeah. Oh man. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Goat's amazing. Goat's still a great story.
I haven't even checked Goat. I don't know what's it at market cap wise.
552 mil, which is a monster token.
Yeah.
I want to see what IB is. IB was an interesting story here this week. 3.6 mil. Okay. I like it. IB,
I have
what is
IB.
it called? You do? Infinite Backrooms? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That had a cool story. The Aubrey and whatever the dude's name is behind the Truth Terminal account that led to GOAT, his X account got hacked. But it tweeted out this thing called Infinite Backrooms. And so somebody made a token and they dumped it. It was a total scam. But he's once he got his account back, he said this before he got it back. He's like, I'm going to look into this because I want to see if that person is fully out. And if it is, he wants to look at how many people were wrecked by it and stuff. And basically what he inferring, or we all read into it, is maybe he'll support this token and kind of incorporate it into his stuff if the bad guy's truly out of it. And people are jumping on for that reason too. So yeah, $3.6 million market cap. You know, people had that opportunity to get in way the fuck down here. So I'm in there a little bit just in case he actually does something with it. Goat potential, doubt it. Like, fucking doubt it. But could it cook from here? Yeah, it could. It could if he does something with it. So, trying to think what else, though, in the past few days, meme coin-wise. On the morning show yesterday, I hopped in MemeScope and with Jared on the show and bought a coin in 2x. Like, I put in very fucking little in a lot of these, too, like 0.1. Just to get skin in the game and play and learn. And, you know, something right then stood out a little bit, too. It's just fun. It's just fun. It's even just entertaining, right? If I sit on the couch, I'm like, why don't I just go and play with 0.25 Sol and spread that out across a whole bunch of plays? But why don't you just go play and learn? And it's just learning. It's like studying. It's fun. And people should do that ahead of this run that's coming. You should do that. You don't got to go and do this and expect to like hit a home run or even win. Just go play and get some experience. You're gonna be glad you got the experience when game time really comes. So, yeah, highly recommend that. Any other meme coins you guys are in or that's caught your attention? Any other tokens that got kind of hot this week?
Oh, let's see. What delicious plays did I have?
I feel like there was something I'm forgetting that was like decently big. Oh, the potato token this morning.
Oh, potato. That didn't sell quick enough. Yeah,
I'm
down
2x
on potato.
out of that.
I should probably just exit it at this point. Maybe it's got a little run left in it. Oh, I think I made some off one called Foot or something.
Where are you getting all your meme coin alpha here, Henry?
Zuo. You know what? So like, obviously, I get some calls from Hudah. Rickbot has a lot of like Rickbot tracks wallets. So if a certain wallet, you know, gets into it, it'll notify. It'll send a message in Discord, and I'll take a look at it and ape in. Same thing. 0.1, 0.2. Play super quick. Like the thing is, like, if you're gonna shitcoin, I feel like you have to be like, okay, I'm shitcoining right now.
Yeah.
It's not really like a set and forget.
Cool. Interesting. Sorry, that made me think of Thread Guy when Hudah was like, "Oh, Thread Guy was blah blah blang in the Cell token or whatever." I was gonna say, did you see that he was writing that he's not going to be doing those interviews anymore because he's basically thinks the value is not there for him because he's going out of pocket on him and he's got to fly and do all this sort of other craziness. So he's just going to do like topical, like daily spaces and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't love it, and also he's young. I listened to his Twitch stream yesterday. I was tuned into it.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you said that because I want to talk about it, and it left my head here. But I didn't love it because I think
pull the tweet just so we have it up.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
There's a couple days ago, I think, which Thread posts so fucking much.
Yeah, that we'll never find it.
Yeah, we'll never find it. But basically, he said what I said, which was that, like, I'm getting out of, like, doing the big podcast with, like, the big, named people because he's had to pay for it all himself. He declined a sponsorship because he's that way or whatever it was. Is that what it is?
I think this is, if not it's about it at least.
That's basically what it is, that he was going to stop doing those unless they present themselves because he's got to go out of pocket, travel 3 days, film it, edit it. And it's like unless the person's really big. And if I can, and not to be disrespectful to him or whatever, but I'm assuming, like, looking at some of the viewers on it, like after he had, Andrew Tate on getting like 1 million, he probably got like a raging boner, like, I'm gonna fucking do this thing. Mm-hmm. And then after that, all of his interviews were like, great, but not 1 million views, right? Not even close to that. Like, I think Ansem was like 11,000. I think that the lady for the Bitcoin lady, the Satoshi lady, was at like less than 1,000 when I was watching it. So like, you're putting in all that money, you're doing all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's a niche sort of thing. It may have not have been worth it for him. So I understand why he was doing that. But yeah, it was possible that it just wasn't worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, is it... Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is it possible that, like, people didn't really like him. Like, meaning like you could continue and grind and get those people, but there has to be a connection with the audience for people to be like, to start hitting those larger audiences.
I have a thought, but Hudah, did you want to weigh in on
something about that? It's that, like, you know, this, when he was talking on Twitch, he was definitely saying he got burned out and it wasn't fun and he was losing like that magic, and that kind of resonates with me because it's not going to be always fun. It is work, and if you want to be awesome at it, you got to power through when you get to those moments. And I was a little bummed that he didn't want to be the guy that powers through that and becomes like fucking excellent at it, because he's got that potential.
Well, he wanted to do Twitch, didn't he? He wants to do Twitch daily. He just doesn't want to
be
do
a better fit.
Things.
He's more like those kind of like streamers. He's definitely got more of that vibe. So it might be a better fit. It might make more sense. But yeah, it was just, to me, a really quick pivot. Like, as soon as it got hard, challenging mentally, he just was like, I'm not.
And I would say, to Henry's point, because I think Henry was asking why wasn't it working or whatever. But I mean, think of it, Henry, Hudah. He's talking to Ansem. No offense to Ansem. He's got a ton of followers. He's talking to this Satoshi Nakamoto, you know, like the ladies, whoever they thought it was, is whatever. These aren't Andrew Tate. I mean, and quite frankly, I think Andrew Tate's a piece of shit and I don't like him anyway. I don't think he's interesting, but he is going to garner viewership. If he got Trump, he probably would have gotten that as well. Or did he get Trump?
No. He got to ask him that one question like in person, but no.
But like, I think the strategy of like, he may have been impatient, right? He's rattled off 4 or 5 of these interviews, and none of them, like in our world.
You got Iggy Azalea.
Iggy was a big one. So Iggy, Tate were probably cool, but Ansem, that other lady, I forget her name. Apologies to that lady. She was really, really interesting. In my opinion, she was one of the better ones, but it's not. I think the strategy of if you're going to invest your money into something, wait for some big one. Don't try to rush the fame that you're clearly trying to get to, which he has potential. Why not do FaZe Banks, right? Like, why not do like someone that is in his wheelhouse? I think that would have gone over well. But I think that maybe it's a combination, Henry, of him not being as personable or whatever it was, and just the strategy of who he was going after, and you know what I mean. I think Hudah was. Yeah.
Yes. So we know this. Hudah, you've been going now, what, 16 months? Twice a day, 7 days a week. We've been going, for the most part, 5 days a week. Some weeks 3, some weeks 4, but for the most part, 5 days a week for 6 months. Yep. It's a grind. And I'm not even comparing what we're doing to like what Thread Guy was doing. That would, I think, be a little bit closer to what Hudah's been doing. Yeah. But it's a grind. It's a massive commitment. And the part that we know well is we're not making money doing it, and neither was he. So,
well, I bet you he was. I think he's got a little bit, like, there's something there. He's got some income coming from him.
You think, but he wasn't making money interviewing people, was he?
Well, I'm just saying he's with FOMO Hour, right? Like, he's part of whatever the Rug Radio. He's part of the Rug Radio team. I'm assuming he's getting paid from them.
I've never understood his association there. I don't know if he is paid, but I don't know.
I'm assuming so. Yeah. All I'm saying is I think that he's getting something. So, which he deserves to. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but
sure.
I think that he is getting some sort of income some way. Well, if we got a sponsor, do you think we'd be turning that down? No, he probably didn't need the sponsor or whatever, but obviously he can't fly. Yeah. He can't fly to Germany and Belgium and set up all this stuff and like fly someone else out with cameras. You know what I mean? Like,
he is sponsored by Monad, but beyond that, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Do you think it would have been a better look to like power through and actually do the thing? I guess maybe he didn't want to do, but like interview smaller people, like really refine your craft, win over more people. You'll grow your audience, but you'll grow your chops. Like, that's what I would have hoped he would have done, but also that's me. It's maybe that wasn't really him, and he learned that here.
Yeah. I think that's hitting the nail on the head.
I think he could fit into a niche like the Jake Paul kind of crowd, like even interviewing somebody like him. I think there's a lot of people that relate to him. I don't, but I respect the grind. Like, I don't find his interviews super interesting, but I respect his grind. And so I hope whatever he's doing, he's happy doing. Cause,
I would say that he's got so much potential. He's got a lot of knowledge on Web3, which is really cool. I think he was in a really interesting position where he gets handed. It's kind of like when an actor does their first movie and they win an Oscar, right? You're like found yourself like, oh my God, I've got to, or you're a musician and you're like, I've got to repeat what I've done.
Yeah.
And he's got all of that talent. He's got all that sort of stuff going for him. It's just, you're not just going to fall into that. And I do think that like, he does have talent. He does have all that stuff. But I also think that like either him or his guest has to bring a certain level of like entertainment to whatever he's doing. And I don't think that he doesn't have that in spades right at this moment. He's so young. He will probably get there. He'll find his way. I just think that like right now he found himself in a really weird position because he got kind of that popular thing going on. He needs to like lean into his talent and lean into like Hudah. I think you're right. He does need to keep on just hustling and grinding and not expect to be the next whatever now. And it will come. He's got a lot of benefits and privileges now that he didn't have. So, you know what I mean? Like he has a great opportunity to, and he just needs to continue to do what he's doing.
Maybe his instinct is fucking phenomenal. It really might be, but his instinct is so good, and he knows the live streaming at his home on his computer, like the biggest guys in the world, like like the Logan, Jake Paul, like who's the other young guy that did an interview with Trump?
What's his name? I want to say
fucking head.
Yeah.
Starts with an A.
Yeah, I know. Aiden Ross. Is that what
Ross? Yeah, I think that maybe he's just like, man, I see those guys doing it. That does that is more my lane, and maybe it's actually awesome. He can identify that so much earlier.
And he could do that actually. I think I don't listen to Aiden Ross. I don't listen to Jake Paul or whatever, but he could do that if he fell into the right thing. He's doing his own thing though, and I don't know. Yeah, I
realizing that we are, short on time, I was curious about the Bitcoin guy, the press conference the other day. You had the clip up. You know which I'm talking about?
No, what was it again?
You just had it up there on your screen. The guy that held the Satoshi Nakamoto guy.
Yeah,
I didn't get to hear him. I'm just kind of curious if it's
like bullshit.
I just kind of wanted to hear if he's saying anything.
Yeah, no, let me play it. It's when I heard him talk. Actually, it's funny because I said this morning I hadn't heard this clip. I played it live this morning, and like halfway in, I stopped and I said I'm not giving this guy another second of airtime. But I'll play it here, and you might have the same reaction. Echo alert.
Okay. And I wrote it down all of the posts, and I have evidences of all of that. But with a short time, I'm here just to make the statements that yes, I am Satoshi Nakamoto, and this is my pseudonym. My legal name is Stephen Mola, and I created the Bitcoin and blockchain technology, which is working well, but I'm not happy with it. It's working well.
That's where I cut it off, and I said, never again will I put this guy on my screen. But here
I would have cut it off about 5 seconds into it.
He created it, but he's not
laptop.
happy with it.
I'm not happy with it. Yes, he had a laptop there that had proof on it. He was going to have it up on the screen behind him or something, but he couldn't get the laptop to work. Like it's such bullshit. But like the journalist had to pay like 500. Is that pounds? 500 pounds or whatever or is that a euro? I have no fucking clue.
It would have been like Henry coming onto the show today, being like, I created, and there's like lights are going off. He's like touching it, and like lights going on. Like, can you hear me? Oh no, and we're like fucking with him the entire time. It's like, it's me. I'm Satoshi Nakamoto. We're like, yeah, okay, dude, gotcha.
I am, and I'm not happy with the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is not. It's not going well. It needs to be improved, and it will be. It will be.
And back to Thread Guy, I would say, you know what? Here's my advice to Thread Guy. My advice is you're doing really well and you've got a lot of talent. Do what you would like to do. Do what you think is entertaining, not what you think other people will want you to do. Don't follow narratives like Satoshi Nakamoto and finding out about it because it was a Netflix documentary. Don't go to Andrew Tate. Don't go to if you're into it, cool. Do things that you're into so we can get excited about the things that you're into with you. That's what I would say.
I dig it.
And stop blaming your mother for your COVID shots.
Do you know we only have one more episode until Election Day?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I know we're over now, but whatever.
Polymarket's been in the politics news a whole bunch lately.
Yeah. Although I'm not, this doesn't mean anything to me anymore, just because I feel like we already know it's been like heavily manipulated.
Mm-hmm. We have, which is really interesting.
For a little bit, I was like, okay, cool, good vibe check. Obviously more from crypto degens, but it doesn't mean much.
Did you hear there was an article calling out that the guy with the 4 wallets is a French national or something like that, and that the person that wrote the article reached out to them and they did not want to talk? There is a narrative that said that right-leaning, because doesn't Elon Musk have some sort of connection to Polymarket's founders or something like that?
Well, Peter Thiel owns it, right?
Okay.
So, and there is a connection between Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, right? Were they
founded PayPal together?
Yeah, I was gonna say they were a PayPal. Yep.
But they're basically saying, and I have no idea if this is whatever, but like they're basically saying that there's been a lot of like poll manipulations with the right wing putting out a ton of them to make it seem that if Trump doesn't lose, it's got to be a complete sham. And Polymarket is another one of those like things where they can point to it being like, he's up so much. How did he lose this election? This is insane. It must be rigged, sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a real hard one to point to. Like, it wouldn't even make any sense to me. But yeah,
it makes sense to me, but whatever. It doesn't.
You're right. No, you're right though. Anything that is, I mean, you see on Twitter now, anything that's outside the ordinary. Although the Republicans and Trump won a lawsuit against Pennsylvania in Buck County to extend,
which is
how long people had to vote. Yeah, absolutely. Fair.
Good thing.
Fair is fair. I would just assume that there hasn't and won't be anything major. Maybe it sounds weird. It's hard for me to picture that there could be that many things that are illegal or improper. Even like when, I don't know if you saw in Kentucky where people were, there was a viral video going around where a couple people had posted they had tried to electronically select Trump.
Yeah.
It wouldn't select him. And then it eventually selected Kamala. And to me, I'm like, well, here's the thing. It's electronic tech, right? Shit gets fucked up. Like, shit, look at me. I'm sitting in my fucking basement. I can't get my shit to work. My lamp is going on and off. Like, stuff sometimes just doesn't work. There's hundreds of thousands of these machines across the country, or
the other thing I was going to say,
happen.
And the other thing I would say is that like they're clearly, they didn't make the vote yet. They're sitting there recording it. I'm sure they could just be like, excuse me, poll person, I need to do a different thing because of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem like holy crap, it's great. Like, I can't. Oh my god, no, it's making me vote for the person I don't. It's like, come on.
It drives me nuts, dude. Because exactly that, Joe. Like, okay, so it selected the wrong person. Don't submit it. Call the poll person over. They probably have you. They either restart the machine or they have you submit a paper ballot. But like, let's not pretend that it did exactly what you just said. We're like, I am being forced now to vote.
And there's two other the thing that you mentioned, which was I think that there was the extension of I don't know if it was Bucks County or whatever, but like the extension of people being able to file the early voting, which is like, that's great. I think that like the Trump campaign did file that and they won that, and I think that there's like, but I think there's like a little bit of like, we've won a thing, but everyone's kind of happy with it. So I don't think it's an actual big deal. And then there was another one where the Supreme Court ruled that they could purge a bunch of votes within a certain, like really before the election. But I do, and that would be fucked up because there's like a legal, like it's not legal votes because they're not in the country or whatever the case might be. But I do think after the election there or after this, they'll be able to go back and kind of like straighten it out. So a lot of these kind of articles are not, they're being used for narrative, but it's really not that big of a deal, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a fucked up story today. No, never mind.
Get out and vote, right? Everybody, we should get out and vote.
Yeah,
for Joe Biden. For Joe Biden, get out, write in Joe Biden. We're electing him again, our president.
Hudah's voting for Joe Biden. I will be voting for Kamala Harris, and Henry will be voting for, I'm assuming, Trump.
You couldn't ask for a more varied panel of hosts here, a more balanced, I guess, presentation. Yeah. You're lucky. You guys are lucky. Whoever, I'm still stuck on that guy clowning us, calling us woke the other day.
Someone called us woke?
The guy was shitting on us the other day in here.
Did Henry pull out his gun? What other shit? It's nuts. We have a woke show where Henry has knives and guns in front. Like, come on. Dude.
I have a knife in my hand the whole show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on.
I just twiddle it all on my finger. I love this thing. Little Gerber, Hudah.
I like it.
I got a Gerber.
And like it just goes in this.
I think you got me one of those, dude.
Also, I was walking around my house with an M9 bayonet on my hip today. It's like the long one that goes on the end of a M16. And I was just like pulling it out.
That's
like,
so
what the fuck are you doing?
Henry, you gotta be careful hanging out with us, dude. People are gonna think you're woke, bro.
I know. Yeah. I just do it so people know I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. You should just, like the whole show, you should just be twirling around a gun or whatever. Be like,
funny story, politics wise, even though I know we're a little past that, but I was talking to my neighbor, great guy, like super nice guy, around my age. He had voted for Trump in at least one of the last 2 elections. And we just were talking about it last night, like after we were closing up, giving out candy. And I had no idea who he votes for because we just don't talk politics.
If you had to guess, who would you guess?
You know what? I guess I would have guessed Harris. We did. I know who it is now. It is Harris. I would have guessed Harris, but I kind of feel like he could break either way and it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing was that the reason he's like, listen, I voted for Trump before. He's a business guy. He's like, I wanted to see like, what could he do? He's like, it was chaotic. He's like, we need change and we need peace in the world.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, yeah, but if you want peace in the world, we've had anything but that for the last 3 years. Like, if that is the thing you're voting for, I think that might be the wrong person.
You're gonna tell us a story about how you're arguing with a Harris voter off camera?
Do you want to know something, Joe? I didn't even say what I just said. I just was like, no, I totally get it, bro. Because I'm like,
love you, dude.
Yeah, I said, me too, bro. Me too. Me too. Yeah, it's I don't.
It's funny if we can stop all the extra bullshit around. Honestly, the Me Too thing is probably mostly universal with all of its stuff. It's like we were on the same page with what we want.
Can I just say the one thing that he said that I was like, dude, I completely agree with you. He's like, we need to stop the bullshit of the elections. He's like, there should be a cap on spending. He's like, I don't care if the U.S. government to the 2 or 3 candidates says, here is what you are allowed to spend.
Yeah.
He's like, and they should be required to fill out 100-question questionnaire about specific topics that they both are present during, like, let's say a debate, that they actually have to go through them over these debates. He's like 5 debates where they actually have to answer the questions and they have to fill out these forms so that way people can actually know, even if you don't listen to the debate, here's exactly where they stand on it. Here's their writing. This is what they said. He's like, and let's just stop these stupid fucking debates where nothing gets answered. These stupid campaign stops where nothing gets answered. And he's like, all these super PACs that are feeding money in that ultimately is all just getting fed right back into the media. He's like, none of it does anything for anyone. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I agree completely.
You know what? I swear to God, Henry gets along with non-Republican people more than he gets along. One day he's gonna be like, wait a second. What? I hate everybody. I like all the other people. What's going on?
My wife says this to me. She's like, I don't get it. She said, you're like the only person I know, even though obviously there's more than you. She's like, you're the only person I know that likes Trump that I consider to be like normal. She's like, you're the only person I know that's not like. I said, well, there's a lot of people who like him who just don't say anything. She's like, yeah, but the thing is, you're way more aligned with the other people that you're kind of against than you think you are.
Henry's no. Henry's favorite guy is LeBron James. He really likes Bad Bunny. He's like super into J-Lo and like Beyonce. You know what I mean? He's like, what's going on here? I like all the people that are the other thing. What's going on here? Joe's my favorite person in the world. What's going on? But yeah, no, it's whatever, dude. You're not the only cool Trump person there's millions of cool Trump people. So, but you are special. I will say
Bob finds a way to somehow twist part of the comment there and turns it into "peace is a lie, there is only passion," which I know, Henry, you know what that means.
Peace is a lie. Like peace is
a lie, there is only passion. Where's that from, Henry?
Is it from like
Star Wars?
There you go. It's like the Sith Creed.
Oh, I love it, Bob.
Fucking awesome.
I know you do.
So perfect.
Well, get out and vote. Thanks for coming today. Hope you had a happy Halloween. We love having you. Anybody else got anything else?
UFO stuff coming out in November. So coming a little tease of what's coming here. We're revealing. We're finally fessing up to that. We have a UFO retrieval program. I think it's going to come out this month. That we have a craft.
What is that? What is that image? Zoom in on that thing. I haven't seen this.
I don't think that's real. I don't think it is.
That looks like a mini ship toy that you play with in a pool from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
That is a photo from the CIA. So I'll have to look at this after. But yeah, I think it's going to come out this month. I think it was Lockheed Martin has a craft. Actually, this is interesting. They have a craft that they were trying to get out in the public, and the CIA prevented them from doing it. They wanted to disclose it.
Like they recovered this craft, or they
have
built
the craft. They have been reverse engineering it for years and years and years and years, and they finally said, "Fuck it." What the story is? Guys inside there are like, "This is wrong, and people should know this stuff." And they tried. They wanted to get it disclosed, and the government said, "Nope."
We're taking those contracts away if you do that shit. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we won't do it."
Yep. But apparently that's what's coming out this month is the disclosure that we do have a craft, and here's some of the tech in it and stuff, which would be awesome.
Cool, man.
I want to see the living quarters.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Always.
That'd be what's
nice.
I'll be live tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow morning, 8:15 a.m. Eastern time over on Inside NFT. So you can catch me live there. And then we'll be back Monday. Morning show, afternoon show, all week long. Yes, go vote.
Go vote. And you know that us three woke individuals definitely support Harris and Walz for the next presidency of the United States of America. We hope you get out and exclusively vote for them. This show is all about the Democratic Party. Henry's as woke as they come. Don't let the knife and the gun and the everything else fool you. He's the wokest of all of us. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
It's fair.
Paid for by Walz and Harris.
Yes. We're the non-fungible EX, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just wanting to see the road. It's not.
Wow, you know what you did, right? It's our everything. Fuck yeah, motherfucker.
A loaf of bread is up.
Be sure to subscribe to the Jim Heap channel for.
We will not go back.
What's happening?
We will not go back. We will not go back.
Is it just me and you, Joe?
I don't know what Hudah's doing. I assumed that there was a plan here on Hudah's. Hudah had a plan. I'm just rolling with it at this point. So
I was trying to find I'm Kamala Harris and I support this message. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't even see you.
I'm here. I'm here. You can hear my voice. Is anybody alive out there?
Well, this is weird, man.
It is weird. It is weird. Well.
Oh, there we go.
There he goes.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Do we have breaking news?
No, just your back.
You're hoping what's up?
Oh, I watched the JD Vance on Joe Rogan yesterday.
I started to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like him, but like why I liked him. That that throughout the conversation, anything I disagreed with, at least I'm like he's not an idiot. I don't agree with him, but at least he's got his reasons and he's being reasonable. You know what I mean? Like, and I left with just that, which I was expecting.
He was a never Trumper, wasn't he?
Yes. He talked about that on it too.
Okay.
Yeah. So he talked about why, what changed for him specifically, and I don't remember the specifics, but he talked about, and again, everything. I'm like, I get his position. Like, I don't agree, but I get his position. I get why
You know that we didn't finish the song, right? Just so you know, Hudah, as long as we're on the same page, the song did not. No,
we
you
didn't.
cut off almost 1/3 into it. Stop.
Wait, the song stopped, or
It
the
just
screen
stopped
came?
playing 30 seconds in, not even 20 seconds. It just totally stopped.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's one of those weird glitches. Like it for me, played the whole thing. Like so,
And then you disappeared for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were totally gone.
Oh no,
Just-
you're literally fucking with me.
We're not
I know
fucking
for
with
sure.
you at all.
Oh, see, this is the boy that cried wolf type shit, Henry. We promise you, even I mean, you won't even trust anyone in the comments either. I'm assuming, but yes, whatever. It doesn't matter if you believe us or not. It did.
It
cut
stopped. Joe and I were having a conversation. Did you hear us talking about? I was looking for Kamala Harris, and I approved this message.
Okay, why don't we
Just find out.
Oh, you're
check the tape.
Where
Oh
it
my God,
glitched
it
right
really
there.
did. It really fucking stopped.
You know what you did, right?
How the fuck did that happen?
And then it went blank.
It's our everything. Fuck yeah, motherfucker.
The song is playing in my ears the whole time this is going on.
Be sure to subscribe to the Jim Heap channel for
Oh, that must have been Henry.
What's happening?
What the fuck?
We told you, dumbass.
Is it just me and you, Joe?
I don't know
What the fuck?
Henry was so scared.
Is it just me and you?
I was trying to find I'm Kamala Harris.
Dude, I was in my own fucking world. It was totally normal on my end.
You always are, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't believe you either.
Get rid of this echo thing for a
Yeah,
second.
we're good. We're good.
No, well, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not listen to the JD Vance thing. I
agree. The 50 minutes or so, I'm going to listen to the rest of it. Like, I think he comes across as what? Why?
Keep talking. It's just Hudah's doing something.
People are asking for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
We'll talk over it. It's a little over.
He comes across like the person that I've known him to be online, or in the media.
Yeah.
But there's nothing about it to me that I'm like, I like this guy. I'm like, he's fine, but I'm not like.
Did you see this? You see this?
This is
like
fucking infuriating.
What did he say?
He's basically
Not what they're saying.
So whatever, dude. I'm the last person. He basically was talking about Cheney and saying that she sucks and how she would react in front of 10 barrels in front of her, shooting her in the head.
Yeah, everyone's spinning it. These motherfuckers are spinning it as Trump is calling for her execution. That's the fucking headlines, and that's what everybody's running with. He was talking about her being a warmonger and her sending off the kids to go fight in wars and die, and saying she would feel a lot different about it if it was her out there with 9 guns pointed at her face, is what he said.
Hold on.
He wasn't talking about that just happening. He said her out in war, in a wartime, war environment with guns pointed at her.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure he said that after he said the execution stuff.
We'll play it.
Okay.
This is the shit that
and then Harris was like,
Henry was well, you can't say, I mean, regardless, you can't say it. Did
you could say that. I would say that.
A president a presidential
Let's hear it. Let me weigh in.
Ed?
Cheney. Well,
Cheney. Yeah.
Let's see if this is the full clip. All right.
That's too short.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. When the guns are trained on her face. They're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people. So
they're taking that and saying he's calling for her execution.
That feels like a stretch. I mean, the context of it's quite important.
It's a stretch, but it's still fucking crazy, right?
But it's it's not what this headline is. Like he wasn't calling. He was painting a scenario of how would she be if this were the case. Not, hey, Liz Cheney should be executed.
Yeah, I mean,
I would utter those same words, maybe,
but you
I
shouldn't.
would utter the same thing, and it's a stupid
shouldn't.
way to paint it, like maybe, but like, man, he did not say this.
And it's like, okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. If you think that that's cool to say,
I do.
Well, wait. Okay, serious question. If you're talking about somebody being a warmonger, and then you're trying to say if it was you in that position with guns pointed at you, you'd feel a lot different about going to war than from your cushy office in DC.
Sure, but that's not what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
He did not say.
It wasn't word for word. It's literally what he said.
He said, "Let's point 10 barrels at her and see how she feels with the them shooting into her, aimed at her face or something like that."
Yeah.
I just think
But we know what that means.
And then see, this reminds me of like, when the whole Tony Heathcliff saying like Puerto Rico's a floating piece of garbage.
Oh, it's so different, man.
And then they're like, oh, well, what they're talking about is there's a lot of garbage dumps in Puerto Rico. So he was bringing attention to like, that's that type of thing. To me, I'm so sick of making like, sure, this is probably
not the same thing.
This is an extreme headline for that, but we're just getting used to presidential nominees being fucking crazy. I just don't want to fucking deal with crazy bullshit.
That's fair. I'm with you there, but to take something that meant one thing and say it means something else, like called for violence against a person, that's not what it's. There's no way you can frame that unless you want that message to be out there.
And the Drudge Report, I don't even like. Is that a reputable thing?
Yes, and it is right leaning, and it's flipped because it's very anti-Trump, but it is a very right leaning news aggregator.
Yeah,
very
he's
anti-Trump.
Very anti-Trump. But Joe, I agree with you completely. Like, take it all out of there. Yeah, no problem with that at all. In fact, it should be.
Like, honestly, it seems whatever. I don't even want to like do comparisons. But Hudah, you're not running for president. It's just a fucking crazy thing to say in general. We're used to crazy fucking things being said. It's just not that presidential to me. I don't know. I mean, whatever you want to say, but yeah, if your issue is the fucking article saying that, like,
I would have a huge problem if he's calling for anybody to be executed. I would have a huge fucking problem with it. That's like a deal breaker. That's fucking horrible.
I'm gonna fly.
Yeah, I'll fly too, guys.
I gotta go.
Have a great weekend. But I do want to make one point, Henry. Hudah, can I make one more point about
Please
this?
Do.
Because Hudah, you're a little bit. I disagree with what you were saying, Henry.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing with me on that part of it. I actually have to say one thing to you about just in general how you've been leading up to the election, and I was hoping that I could get you a little bit of time before you left to talk to me about that. Is that cool? You're home, by the way. Are you not home?
Yeah.
You are home, right? You're home.
That's fine, Joe. I'm happy to talk to you about that.
Okay, I just want to say you've been really cool about it. Like, quite frankly, you have been a mensch, and I think that you have had more composure and more level-headedness in general, even dealing with my nonsense, than you. I want to commend you for that, and I wish that our nominee would take a page from you, because it is a quality that is amazing, and I do want to say that it's something that I wish that I had more of in me. So I want to thank you and say that is great. I just wish that, like maybe you could put more together, because it's like you fucking sometimes I just don't know what you're thinking sometimes. But
this was another dinner time conversation with your wife, wasn't it? And she's like, after the show, Joe, after the show.
Yeah, she was like, well, you must first of all, she's like,
so close to getting him.
She goes, how did the apology to Henry go? Is he now going to be voting for the left? And I said, no, but I think we've got him close. And she said, you bring your ass over and talk to him about any sort of quality that you think he might be like, just like dick ride him a little bit. Yeah. Yes, I did have that conversation with me. She did say that she would get violent with me if I didn't, and I'm scared. So I definitely needed to do that. Did it work?
I'm going to give you the gift this weekend so you can go back and tell her it worked.
You're voting Kamala. You're voting Kamala.
I am.
You know what I'm going to do for you? You know what I'm going to do for you?
Yeah.
I'm going to vote the Republican non-presidential, but the next senator or House seat, I might vote Republican.
Could we do that, guys?
Okay.
Let's give each other a
just
vote.
think this out for a minute. Okay, negotiate this a bit. Joe, I will vote for Kamala Harris. Okay. If you will, let's see who's on your ballot. Are you voting?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no question about that.
Honestly, you or the missus could stay home. Because, like, just from the past 10 minutes, I switched my vote. I'm definitely voting Trump. I'm definitely canceling one of you out. So it's a favor to you in a way. Like,
well, guess what? Hudah, it doesn't matter. You're in fucking Illinois, you dumb fuck.
It might matter this time. I'm hearing things.
You know what's going to happen if you leave the house, Hudah? A, your skin's going to, like, explode because you're not used to it. You're like a vampire. Yep. B, the crypto markets are going to implode because it's bad luck.
Which county are you, Joe?
Dude, I got to keep my fingers on the buttons, don't I?
Cook County.
You're Cook. Yeah, okay. Cook County.
And I'm not happy with our mayor right now, so I'm not voting for him next go around. I'll tell you that right now. Hudah, stay in your house. You know that it's only right. Quite frankly, you're not registered to vote either, so it doesn't even matter. Like, just vote on Polygon, okay? That's your deal.
I like that better, actually.
Let's not, Henry. Do we have to? Can we deal with this later?
We can do it Monday.
Yeah,
but I'm willing to broker a deal.
Joe, you got to go.
I mean, my wife is probably out there with.
It's all good. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, tell her
I gotta go, guys.
In. Joe, it's locked in.
I don't believe you.
Photo evidence.
I appreciate
photo
that.
evidence, Joe.
Okay. If you do, then I owe you big.
That's literally a crime, but do it.
Well, New York doesn't matter.
Is it?
I'll give you $1 million if you vote Democrat.
You don't have to. Just like 3 Polygon.
Dude, you don't have to show ID here. I'm going to go in so many fucking times.
I'm so sorry someone called you woke. Henry, I'm so sorry someone called you woke because of us. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Did they leave? They left me. I don't want to go, to be honest, man. Maybe I'll stick around a bit. Maybe I'll come up with my plan for voting and leaving the house. Yes, leaving the house. Fuck. I don't want to do it, but I have to. Come on, guys. That story's bullshit. That story's bullshit. I'm so mad. I'm legitimately mad about it. I'm not even playing. Like, that's fucking bullshit. And you know it too. I think even Gravity knows it. I think even Gravity knows that one's bullshit. Maybe. Dude, the Epstein-Trump shit is spicy. Do we got anything on that? Hang on. Do we have anything? Do we have more? Do we have more audio clips? Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Let's do it a little bit. Holy fuck, dude. Those guys. I love them. They're rascals, but yeah, we know. We know. We fucking know. Data Lords has 168 ETH bid. What is that? Like $400,000? We're about to see a $500,000 NFT sale here. Hang on. What is that? Oh, dude, it's going to close in a minute. This is like live breaking news. Okay, I can't math, so I literally do this. $411,000. Jesus Christ. Will we get a bid in the next 37 seconds? Oh, this is fucking tense. That's what's up, Bob. Thank you, bro. It's my guy. Fucking Bobby D. All right. It's gonna close. This one's gonna go through. $412,000. I'd love to see one more bid come in. Ooh, come on. Come on. Come on, Cosmo. Who's our other big money guys out there? Who's our other big money art collectors? Someone gonna do it? Nope. I think it's going. I think it's gone. 164 ETH. Someone bang the gavel for me. Yeah, that's a done deal. That's a spicy fucking auction right there. Hang on, did that go through? Activity. Oh, we got another bid. 148 ETH now. Am I looking at that right? No, I think I'm wrong there. 140. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong there. I think that one is the one. Let's check the Xcopy bot. Motherfucker. Oh, Dude, I've got the worst fucking memory. Yeah, I think that's the one. Has it settled? All right, I'm looking for an Epstein clip. Bear with me, sirs. Who's got weekend shenanigans they're getting into? I do. I kind of do. My daughter's turning 14 tomorrow, which is nuts. Fucking nuts. She'll be driving in a year. Dude, nuts. Epstein. Oh, I could just search Epstein. Yeah, that would work. Dude, there's 100 hours of this like Epstein talking about Trump shit, and I think some spicy stuff will come out of it. I hope. Yeah, Bob, right, dude? It's nuts. Epstein, Trump. Yeah, dude. That little girl. I was just watching videos in the past couple of weeks when do you remember you were at my place playing some like metal on my acoustic guitar, and the girls were screaming their heads off, like trying to be like metal singers with you? It's like the coolest fucking video ever. Like it's the cutest fucking thing. Dude, I'm worried about what's gonna come up here. Where's the that should get me some audio clips. Grape, if you got a link, man, and want to DM me. Oh, here we go.
That I recorded with Epstein, and I think this was in a restaurant in 2017.
His people fight each other.
Right.
And then have outsiders. He sort of poisons the well outside. He will tell 10 people Bannon's a scumbag and Priest is not doing a good job. And
I don't think I ever heard Epstein's voice before this recording. I don't think I ever heard it. It's not what I was expecting. Dude, it's not what I was expecting at all.
Kelly has a big mouth. And what do you think? Jamie Dimon says that you're a problem and I shouldn't keep you. And I spoke to Carl Icahn, and Carl thinks I need a new spokesperson. So Kelly, even though I hired Kellyanne's husband, Kellyanne is just too much of a wild card. And then he tells Bannon, I really want to keep you, but Kellyanne hates you.
All right.
I have more than dozens. I probably have 100 hours of Epstein talking about the inner workings of the Trump White House.
All right. Well, so far that's a nothing burger. Like that's nothing. But there's probably in that 100 hours something spicy. You would think if there was something spicy there, that would have come out already. If that's like the biggest October surprise, you would think whatever the biggest thing is already out, right? Although, hang on, did the George Bush DUI thing come out just like a day or two before? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like when those normally drop for like max impact, but I don't know. If there's more, we'll play it. I think that was all I saw. I think. Anyway, I am gonna go. I got stuff to do. Hope your weekend's fucking awesome though, guys. I do, and hope to see you tomorrow morning, streaming, talking about all kinds of shit. We'll see you then. See you guys.